watch my sentence, cause you know what my mind is.
Annyeonghaseyo, hi family, what's good? So happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Today is Christmas Eve. I'm sure this video is gonna actually go up on Christmas or the day after Christmas. So Merry Christmas to all my Liyah babies. Today's video, as you can see from the title of the video, is my first trimester recap. Today I am 12 and 2 days. So Monday I will be 13 weeks, which means I'll be officially in the second trimester, which I'm so happy about. I update you guys about my pregnancy on my Instagram and on my Snapchat. So if you guys don't follow me, I always put my social media down in the description box below. You guys know that the first trimester was very rough for me. So I'm very glad to finally go to the second trimester. So I'm here just to recap everything that I felt, everything that went on, just so I can help other mommies out there when it's your turn or if you're going through it just like me. Before I get started with this video, if you are new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe in the corner of this video. And don't forget to hit the bell next to the subscription bar so you don't miss when I post a video, because you won't miss that. You won't miss my video. So without further ado, let's get started with this video. So I have all the notes that I want to tell you guys on my first trimester recap on my phone. So if you guys see me look down a lot, I am just looking at my phone to look at my notes. Before I actually start getting into my first trimester recap, I want to mention two things. One, every pregnancy is different. Just because I went through this during my first trimester doesn't mean you will. Every pregnancy is different. So don't take everything that I say seriously, but take it seriously, if you know what I mean. My first trimester recap is gonna be like, it's not graphic, but I'm gonna be very detailed. There's gonna be a lot of stuff that I'm mentioning here that I feel like is very TMI, but pregnancy is very TMI. So if that bothers you, don't watch the video, because I am going to mention some things that might bother some people, but it's just a part of pregnancy. The first thing I want to start off with is when I found out that I was pregnant. I found out that I was pregnant a couple of days before I missed my period. This pregnancy was a planned pregnancy. I knew what I was doing, what I was getting myself into. As you guys know from my previous video that I posted a month or two ago, I was in a same-sex relationship, so I had to go through a fertility clinic and do all those things in order to get pregnant. So I didn't get pregnant the old traditional way. I took my pregnancy test 3 or 4 days before I missed my period. I think it was 11 DPO. If you guys don't know what DPO is, it's like days past ovulation. My period was supposed to come a couple days after that, but it didn't. So I really want to talk about my symptoms that I felt before I found out that I was pregnant. Even though I just did not believe that I was pregnant, I just didn't think that I was pregnant. I thought I was gonna have to try again. From the day from insemination until the day I found out I was pregnant, I had the worst cramping ever in my life. Like, I thought my period was gonna come because it felt like period cramps, but it wasn't period cramps. I don't cramp that early in my cycle. If I know that my period's coming, I'll cramp a week before I get my period. I also had like this white discharge that it was like a lot of it, and which is not normal for me. I didn't get sore boobs or anything like that for a while, actually. I just didn't have any other symptoms of pregnancy. I just didn't think that I was pregnant. The next thing that I want to talk to you guys about is my morning sickness. I had morning sickness from week 6 to week 10, and I'm currently in week 12. It was horrible. Like, I've never actually physically thrown up from it. I immediately got on Zofran. If you guys don't know what Zofran is, it's basically like nausea and vomiting medication. I immediately got on that once I started getting morning sickness because I was refused to be miserable for my first trimester. I basically depended on Zofran for those 4 weeks, and I took it every single day. Morning sickness wasn't as bad as I feel like most women get, but it was bad for me. I just don't like that feeling of having to throw up. I tried crackers, peppermint, and peppermint tea, ginger tea, all that stuff before I actually got on Zofran, and it just was not good for me. Actually, peppermint made me more sick. Accompanying morning sickness also comes with food aversions. I had the worst food aversions ever in my entire life, my whole first trimester, basically. I couldn't eat, like, I cannot stand the smell of anything that has like garlic or onions. I basically didn't eat anything while I was nauseous. Nothing sounded good to me. I just couldn't really eat anything. I could eat bananas and apples and peaches and stuff like that, like fruits, but I couldn't eat anything else. I couldn't even eat like salads or anything. I just felt so sick. Moving on from food aversions, I'm gonna talk about my cravings that I've had. Let me move a little closer because this camera is playing with my emotions when it comes to this focusing. I craved a lot of salty, sour, spicy foods. Still now to this day, I still have cravings for salty, spicy, sour foods. This morning I had 2 lemons. I was just eating lemons. I had 2 lemons with some salt. I don't know if that's weird or not, but I did. I ate a lot of like hot Cheetos, if I could stomach it though, because yeah, those food aversions were killing me. So I could eat sometimes, but just not often. Pickles, I ate jalapenos. Like, I ate them like apples, like just like eating them. I also ate a lot of kimchi. I don't know if you guys know what kimchi is. It's like a Korean side dish, and it's like basically like fermented cabbage almost. It's like spicy, and I freaking loved kimchi. There's also a cucumber kimchi that's spicy, and I ate a lot of that too. If you guys don't know me, I love pho. Pho is like the most amazing food ever in the world. I eat it multiple times a week now that I can actually eat. When I was in my earlier weeks of pregnancy, I couldn't even stomach pho, and pho is my favorite. I eat it so often, it's like ridiculous. I always make it super spicy. That's the reason why I like eating pho, because it's like super spicy. I don't know why I put this on here because I feel like it all went with what I just said, but I basically said something about my appetite. You guys already know about my appetite because I basically told you about my appetite, but my appetite now is that I eat multiple times a day now. I eat anything I want. It's wonderful. I don't have any food aversions. Like, I can just eat and eat and eat what I want again. If I let myself get a little hungry, I'm like nauseous just because I let my stomach get too empty. So I eat multiple times a day. The next thing that I want to talk about is my bump and my boob growth. My boobs have grown a lot. They were definitely swollen and sore for the longest time. They're finally to a point where they're not sore. If I were to touch them or whatever, they're not sore. It's not like tender. I will show you guys my baby bump at the end of the video to show you guys like how much my bump has grown. It's not really that big. I'm very skinny actually, so you kind of can see it more because I'm skinny, but It hasn't gotten that big. I'm only like 12 weeks. The baby's like the size of like a lime this week. My work pants are starting not to fit. I have to like have like one button undone so I can wear my work pants. I have to go and get some actual nursing bras or maternity bras because my normal bras don't fit anymore. Like my boob is like hanging out the side and out the bottom because they're like so big now. So I have to go do that soon. The next thing I'm going to talk about is my sleep or the energy that I've had. Starting from week 6, I slept a lot. I don't sleep as much now because I have more energy. I would get off work at 4:30 and I would be asleep by like 5:30. I tried to make myself eat before I go to sleep because there's plenty of times where I would come home from work and I would immediately go to sleep. Like I would shower and sleep and then I'd wake up and I feel so sick because I didn't eat the night before. I have to be to work by 7:30. So most mornings I get up at 4:30 because that's my body just naturally wakes me up at 4:30. So I was always well rested. I never would like go to work and be like tired. My sleeping pattern now is that I do sleep early still. I sleep maybe like a little bit later though, maybe like 8:30. And I still wake up at 4:30. So the next thing that I'm going to talk to you guys about is my sex drive. I actually expect my sex drive to go up a lot more in my second trimester. That's what I've heard, but we'll see when we get there. Even though I've been feeling sick and I'm tired and all of this stuff, that doesn't prevent my body from doing its natural thing, which is to have a like natural sex drive. I've definitely had a couple of days where I'm like, what in the world is going on? Like I need sex like right now. I don't know what was that about, but yeah. And it would always happen at night. Like it never happened like any other time of the day. It was difficult, let me tell you. You guys know like I'm basically single at the moment. So I'm like, I was like struggling. I was having some moments. Okay, like I had to like, let me just go to sleep because there's nothing I can do. So the next thing I want to talk about is cramping. So like I said, when I first found out that I was pregnant, I had cramping from insemination to when I found out I was pregnant. Well, from insemination until week 9, I had constant cramping every single day, multiple times a day. I really heard that cramping is really because your uterus is growing and all that stuff. So now I don't cramp at all. I don't have any type of cramps. I have like kind of like flutters. I have like a tingly feeling sometimes there. So not all the time, but sometimes I feel like a little like tingle. So the next thing that I want to talk about is my spotting and discharge. I had a little spotting. It was like dark blood. I did an ultrasound with my provider and the baby was fine, the heartbeat was there. That's the only time I actually spotted the whole time during my first trimester, but it was still concerning. My provider put me on vaginal progesterone that I never used. Like I said before, I had white milky discharge before I found out I was pregnant. And I still have that discharge every single day. It's just pregnancy discharge. It increases throughout your whole pregnancy. So another thing that I have had a lot of was headaches. I felt like I had a headache and I was dizzy constantly. Even still to this day, I still have headaches and I still get dizzy. It's just one of those things. It's common actually during pregnancy. All right, so let's talk about the gender of the baby. I actually found out the gender of my baby yesterday. I don't want to tell too many of you guys about my gender because I am going to do a gender photo shoot and post it on all my social media. I did the NIPT testing to find out the gender of my baby. If you guys don't know what the NIPT testing is, it's basically to test for like chromosomal disorders with the baby, to see if they'll be likely to have Down syndrome and other types of complications with their chromosomes. That's why I found out the gender of my baby, because of the chromosomes. So most of you guys know that I got an ultrasound already for my baby. I posted it on my Instagram and on my Snapchat. But I will insert a video on here of my appointment with the provider. I was like 9 weeks and a day or 2 when I got that ultrasound, but I'll insert the video in here anyway, because I know some of my Liyah babies don't follow me on social media, so I will put the video in this video.
You're still beautiful, you're fine. Alright, so.
Actually start to move.
No, it's moving now. Oh, just turn it down a bit, baby. Beautiful heartbeat.
So something else I want to talk about is my mood swings and my hormones. I cry over the silliest things. Like I cry over stuff that are so stupid, so extra sensitive, like for no reason. I hope that actually balances out, because I'm not that sensitive, but I've been just a baby. Something else I wanted to talk to you guys about is some complications that I've been having so far in my pregnancy, aka in my first trimester. Every time that you get pregnant, you have to get blood work done. My provider told me that I am slightly anemic, which she's not too concerned about, that I'm slightly anemic, but she wants to do something about it. That's really important, because you lose a lot of blood when you deliver. So it's really important that I get my iron intake up, because of the blood loss that I will have during my labor. So she put me on iron pills. I haven't actually been taking them. I've been trying to incorporate more iron in my diet instead. If it doesn't go up and I don't take iron pills, supplements or whatever, I will have to get iron transfusions later down the road in my pregnancy. I'd rather not do that, so we're gonna just sit here and hope for the best. I might end up taking iron supplements anyway. I also have been dehydrated a lot. Like I said, I can't stomach water as much as I used to. I actually have been to the ER a couple of times for dehydration. That's everything that I wanted to tell you guys about my first trimester. Everything from what I tell you on is extra stuff. I have been using 2 pregnancy apps that I want you guys to just know about. I still use my Flow app. Flow apps are actually to track your periods and stuff like that, but they actually have a pregnancy tab you can do on the Flow app. So here's the app. It's just like the normal Flow app, but it just now tells me how far along I am, and then it'll show me what the baby looks like. There's that. And I also use the Baby Center app. I really actually look at this app every single day. It tells me how far along I am. It also sends notifications to my phone and tells me, oh well, congratulations, you are this many weeks and the baby has fingers and toes and has eyelids and all that good stuff. It also tells me on the first day of that week what size the baby is. So yesterday the baby was the size of a line. Like I said, this room is going to be my baby nursery. Regardless, boy or girl, I want my nursery to be very neutral. I don't want any pinks or blues or any of those typical colors for a girl or a boy. The theme that I have for my nursery is a moon and clouds and stars. When it gets a little closer and I actually get to finish it a little bit more, then we'll see. We'll see how it works out. So I actually am gonna start baby shopping now that I know the gender of my baby. I try to put out the gender of my baby before I start posting videos of me baby shopping and stuff like that, because I just feel like it's gonna be hard for me to hide that in my videos, and I really don't want to hide it. I'm actually very flustered. I don't know where I should start. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to get. We're gonna just wing it. That's what I can do, is we're just gonna wing it. So I also want to show you guys the prenatals that I have tried so far, or what I'm taking right now. So I'm taking 3 prenatals at the moment. It depends on how I feel that day. But these are prenatals that my hospital gives me. They have iron and all that good stuff, folic acid, DHA, all that good stuff. I'm gonna show you guys the 2 prenatal gummies that I have tried so far, and I like them. The first one is this Vitafusion prenatals. They are strawberry, oh, I almost said strawberry, they're not strawberry. They're raspberry lemonade flavor, and they have folic acid and DHA and all that stuff, but they don't have iron, so I can't take them all the time. But I like the taste of these prenatals. I can easily stomach these. The other ones that I have is the Essential Prenatals by Ollie. They have folic acid and also DHA, but they do not have iron. So they're like citrus flavored. These are actually nasty. Let me tell you something. These are nasty, but I've learned that stuff that is nasty is usually what's better for you. So I've taken these a couple of times. I have to really be in the mood to take these vitamins, because like I said, they're nasty. So yeah, that's it for my first trimester recap. I hope you guys liked it and you guys learned a couple of things about pregnancy and about me and my pregnancy and all of this stuff. I have a lot of baby videos actually coming out, especially when I tell you guys the gender of my babies, so watch out for those. But thank you guys for being so patient with me. I have been going through a lot, so I haven't been posting on YouTube as much as I would want to, but I really want to get back to doing that. I'm not gonna make any promises or anything like that. I'm just gonna try. And don't forget, guys, I love you so, so much, my small little family. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Annyeong!